This is a special episode. We are not going to title it any number, but we are going to take a question straight from Chris. This will be fun, Scott.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right, something a little bit different today. Chi Rice, my man here, is going to ask us a question. We have no idea what this is about. And we're going to try to answer it to the best of our abilities. Hopefully we do it properly. Hopefully we don't laugh, and hopefully it's a good question.
Well, we could laugh.
We probably will laugh. But
Okay.
Okay, so recently I've been doing a lot of portion control, which is pretty much just having a lot smaller meals.
Oh, is that what that is?
Continue on.
Sorry.
Sorry to patronize.
He's laughing at his own. You think it's like the funniest thing in the world? That was good though.
How do I know if I'm actually eating too little amount of food?
Good question.
It is good.
So an easy way would be to actually weigh your food and look up online kind of the nutritional equivalents to like what 6 ounces of chicken would be. See what that would equal from a caloric standpoint, protein standpoint, and then put all that together on a plate and then see how you feel. Is probably the best way of saying it. Now, that's a perfect example of why you would want to track macros for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Like you need to know what it is you're exactly taking in. That's a perfect way to weigh it out, figure it out. And then over the course of the day, you'll find out that you might be at 1,100 calories and you might be too low, or you might find out that you're eating too much. So it just kind of depends.
And so other factors that are going to be really important to note in this, because you should probably have a nutritional plan put in place first based on your body weight, your age,
lean body mass.
Yeah, macros
activity.
you're trying to hit. We talked about baselining in one episode. Make sure that you establish what the baseline is so that you know.
You can make adjustments from there.
Exactly.
So that's why you don't really want to shoot from the hip and just kind of say, do I eat less? Do I eat more? Should I eat more breakfast? Should I eat less breakfast? Should I eat more lunch? What if I have this? What if it starts to become a guess game? That does not mean you're going to be 100% accurate all the time. You should not shoot for perfection, but at least it gives you a better idea and a much closer window than if you were just guessing.
Now you said you should probably not, I'm going to quote you, shoot from the hip, but that's exactly what we did with this episode.
I think we did a good job. That was a good question.
Yeah, it was a
I
good
was expecting
question.
a little bit trickier, but
I
wasn't
was
bad.
expecting
Yeah, I could throw another curve, I guess. So
Oh, here
kind of
goes.
how.
Just a two-part
So if
question.
you start slowly eating less and less, it's almost like the extreme side of it would be going like anorexic. Like I've gone to the point I worked on a farm, and I would day after day just eat less and less food because I got tired of eating the same crap.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point, I wasn't even able to finish a bowl of cereal.
Right.
So like, how do you balance of eating less but not accidentally going too far?
So
Well, this just got serious
This
now.
is a good question, though.
Yeah.
Number one, this is why you don't want to, just like in training, you want to progressively get to that point. So if you're eating, let's just say 3,000 calories a day and you're trying to lose weight, a simple way would be, hey, let's drop it down 250 calories to 27.5 instead of you trying to go immediately down to 1,000 calories. Okay, that's a mistake I see people make.
Yeah.
They'll do we did a previous episode on cleanses and detoxes. They'll try to do something extremely extreme.
Yep.
And then that ends up creating a whole host of metabolic issues, like with metabolism. It ends up, fatigue, all those other side effects that ends up happening. And then, that's not sustainable on top of it. So as soon as they're done with that, it goes back up to kind of what they were before. So kind of what you were saying is you started eating less and less, which is good at the way you made it sound. But then you do have, your stomach will shrink as well. And then, that does make it harder to eat. Like I remember times where I would try to bulk and I would be eating a lot and I'd feel like I could continue to eat nonstop. And then when you're not doing that or maybe doing some intermittent fasting, it would be hard to eat 4 eggs and a cup of oats. I would struggle for it. So there's times where you go in and out of it depending on what you're doing, if you're bulking, cutting, so on and so forth. But your stomach will shrink, so that's probably answering the question on why it might be harder for you to eat that. Yeah. Which isn't a bad thing if you're trying to lose weight, just don't be extreme about it.
Yeah, that's what I would say is the extremes are always the danger.
Yeah.
Here went the camera.
We lost the camera. But I think that answered it.
I think that answered it, yeah. So
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and
comments in the
one did I
box
miss?
below.
Twitter.